Shalom, shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Harakak double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, who rule and teach well, and honors and salutations to the men of the Lord doing the same and teaching the same. All right. Just a quick sit down, The title of this lesson will be the Chinese, all right, Moab. They're evacuating their citizens out of the land of Israel. Okay, so this is a sign. And this signifies that war is coming. Okay, all right. And if you don't know, according to the Bible, all right, World War III will happen. This is the will, all right, and the destiny of the Lord. You know. So World War III is in the Bible, all right, known as the Battle of Armageddon, all right, and it's also the Valley of Yahweh Shaphat, or saying it plainly, it says the Valley of Jehoshaphat, all right, which means the Valley of Decision, okay. So without further ado, I'm gonna read this precept and break it down, all right, but there will be a World War III, all right, and you're watching it brew, you're watching it grow into its fullness, okay. Where you watching? That's why the scriptures say, let me get it before I get Psalm 60. This Matthew 24:6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Right? You know. Well, let me read verse 7. You know, because what signifies the end? The end is when those nuclear missiles are shot off from nation to nation. Okay, so the Lord is going to take down Babylon the Great America using nuclear missiles, ICBM missiles. All right, and the Lord is going to take down the land of Israel. Okay, and you're going to have other parts of the earth get hit, but they're not the focus point. Okay, all right, and they're not going to be destroyed like Babylon the Great America and the land of Israel. Okay, so it says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. All right, and that's what you see. You see a lot of wars. China is sending supplies and aid to Gaza, to the Palestinians. All right, and Israel mad. They don't like this shit. And China like, shit, if you fuck with, any of these supply chains that we send into Gaza, hey, that's an act of war, okay? So the Lord mustereth the host of the battle, okay? Through NATO, all right, in these different countries, through them feeling sorry and watching the genocide done by Israel, all right, to the Palestinians, that's another tactic by the Lord that's going to cause World War III as well. Okay, so you got all these nations trying to give aid to the Palestinians, and Israel is extremely mad and don't want all these other nations to be getting in the way, So this and then Israel is mad at Babylon the Great America as well, for linking with enemies, doing peace talks and negotiations with enemies, okay, with the Hamas, with Saudi Arabia as well, okay. So they're beefing. A house divided cannot stand. Nobody trusts each other, and all these different nations are beefing, and this is going to bring about World War III. Okay, so this is just, without any articles, just summarizing what's going on. All right. So this Psalm 60 and 8. Psalm 60 and 8. Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Philistine, triumph thou because of me. All right. And Moab is the so-called Chinese. All right. And Edom is so-called Caucasians, so-called Europeans. All right. So-called white people. That's Esau Edom, descendants of Esau Edom. All right. So it says, verse 9, who will bring me into the strong city? All right. Who will lead me into Edom? Okay. And the Lord is what? Using these different nations, all right, / countries to what? Team up against Esau Edom. All right. And these countries, like with Great Britain, that broke apart, all right, from that alliance, and known as the Brexit. Okay. These nations that's a part of NATO and the EU, they're leaving. They're breaking apart. These treaties and these friendships that they had is dying, or is dying off. They like to hell with this, and they're just taking matters into their own hands. All right, they tired. All right, and I'm gonna say this: these nations, they're realizing who's the common denominator in every problem, and it's Esau, the so-called white man. Okay. I'm gonna jump down to the point. Okay, verse 12. It says Psalm 60 and 12. Through Yahweh, while Yahweh Shah, we shall do valiantly, for he it is that shall tread down our enemies. Right? So the way the Lord is going to tread down his enemies, all right, which is these different nations, including China, the Lord is going to have all these nations fight against each other in World War III. Okay? And this, you're watching, that's what everything is leading up to. All right? All these conflicts between these nations is just leading up to World War III. So the Houthi elect, already know this. We already know this, and we're just patiently waiting for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah to speed up, continue to speed up prophecy, as the Lord been doing. All right. Like the scripture says, watch and always pray. Okay. In Luke 21, I think that's in the last verse. Okay. Yeah, this not going to be long at all. All right. Isaiah 13 and 14, and it shall be as the chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up, and they shall every man turn to his own people, and flee everyone into his own land. Okay. And I was bringing this precept out just to back up what China was doing. China is taking all of their citizens out of Israel. Okay. So that lets you know conflict is coming. All right. That lets you know conflict is coming. All right. And it wasn't just from Israel. Babylon the Great America as well. Before they done got more strict on these these airline flights, like pretty much like 2023, 2024. All right. There was a lot of airplanes leaving out of the country. Okay. Because what people that's carnally smart, and got enough sense to pay attention to, the news and things like that, into politics, they see like they see where things is heading. They clearly saw where things was heading, but they're not going to escape. All right, judgment. You can leave Babylon the Great all you want, but you're still not going to escape judgment. All right, And if you're a heathen, that escape, if you go live somewhere where it don't get hit with nuclear missiles, you're going into slavery. You're going to be rounded up and go into slavery according to the Bible. So it don't even matter. All right, you're running for nothing. All right, but that's prophecy is being fulfilled. All right, so you do have people trying to leave out of Babylon the Great America, and currently in the news, Chinese citizens are leaving Israel. Okay, the few that are there, so there's just another telltale sign that war is coming. War is coming. All right. So this I'm gonna kind of speed through. I'm gonna just get verse 9. Joel 3 and 9. Joel 3 and 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare a war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Okay? And that's what the Lord is doing. Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah is preparing war. Okay? That's why you got all this going on. You're not going to hear this in Christianity. You're not going to hear this in no other religion. All right? The Lord is causing World War III. The Lord is causing famine, pestilence, war, death. Okay? That should be it. So yeah, that's pretty much the point I wanted to make. Bear with me. I think it's a precept I want to get. I actually just read it not too long ago. It's Ezekiel. I might not get it though. Yeah, I ain't gonna get it. All right, I ain't gonna get it. But I hit the point. Lord willing, though, it's edifying. But that's also that sword. Those nuclear missiles, ICBM missiles, are also known as the sword, the glittering sword in the Bible. All right, and that noise and pestilence. That's talking about them ICBM missiles. All right. So, Lord willing, that was edifying. Want to end it and give all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Bahashem, Harakak double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone, rule and teach well, and honors and salutations to the men of the Lord doing the same, teaching the same. All right, Shalom.